So actually yesterday we created the org, which is a project organization. So let us assign the org to org hierarchy. So let me go to the application. So here the navigation is we need to go to organization and then organize org hierarchy. So here the setup and we can go for resource and organization, then HR foundation. So then we can go for the work structure and organization hierarchy. So yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Okay. So let us go to the hierarchy first. So let me create ours is AGF org hierarchy. So it should be primary and versions we need to take one. So once you save it, so then we can take one version. And data is so today's date. Then we need to save it before moving. Now let me query the org here. So ours is AGF. So F11 AGF percentage and control F11. Yeah. So we have the business group here. So here what I did is, so we need to provide so a org hierarchy name and then save it and go to the versions. In the versions also, so we need to provide the version number one and date. Okay, so and you need to go to the organization and here you need to query the organization. So like F11 control F11 like that. Okay, so here I am just querying organization AGF first is control F11. So here we have all these things. Okay, project org, so business group, all these things. So let me go for business group and here we can check the subordinates as AGF project org. Then save it and let us go to the AGF project org. So here we can check that structure here. Okay, here I am not getting the operating unit. Usually we need to assign operating unit to the project organization. So for that, let me go to the system options. I need to check whether I am getting the system options here. Okay, so there is a error invitation options. The operating specified for the profile option MO does not belong to the business group specified for the profile option HR business group. Please set HR business group to the correct business group for your operation. Okay. The operating specified for the profile option MO operator does not belong to the business group specified for the profile option HR business group. Please set HR business group so to correct business group. So then let me go to the profile options, system administrator and then click on profile and system. So here our application is projects and responsibilities. So then responsibilities is here. Responsibility is here for PA. And let me check with the MO operating unit. I think we have provided, so okay, that's fine. And HR business group. HR business group. Okay, we have provided that. And HR security profile. Okay, we provided. But here, yesterday I think okay, so while creating the multi-hour structure, here we missed to run a program which is replicate C data. So we need to run this program replicate C data. So it will be useful to update the multi-org setups, which is operating unit, inventory org, and business group. So it will update across all the modules. So we missed that one. Let me run this program and then we can check again. Okay. So now we need to run that program in System Administrator. So go to the System Administrator and click on View and Request and submit a request and click on OK and just provide the name replicate. You can use the replicate tab. Replicate state data. Just a minute. Okay. So here replicate state data and we need to do the operating unit name AGF tab and click on OK. Now we can submit. Just click on submit and submit another request. No need of that. So let us wait for this because that's why we are not getting the operating unit because even though we define the operating unit inventory, we are not able to get it in projects. That means that so this replicate data will be helpful to update the operating unit, all the details. So it will update across all the modules. So it will take 1 or 2 minutes. So let us wait for this.
Yeah, I can tell you about the company
Okay.
a little bit more.
Okay.
Today I was sitting with the finance manager of that group. So this is a group. It's a very large company. It has recently taken over another EPC company,
Oh, okay.
and it has become very large.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so they were hiring people. So my role is as a production accountant,
So
as a
it's
senior production accountant.
it's a kind of a engineering procurement, right? So and contract, right?
Engineering,
Procurement.
engineering, construction, procurement, and
Okay.
services.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so the division I am in is maintenance services.
Okay.
So the other division is construction services. They do the construction of pipelines and oil and gas refineries and so on.
Okay.
While I am in the maintenance contract. So as a senior project accountant, I will be assigned a couple of projects
Okay.
that I will be kind of managing from accounting perspective.
Okay.
So the maintenance services is basically considering for each project,
Okay.
what are the expenses and what are the revenues on a monthly basis,
Okay.
and updating the forecast and updating the budget, doing the variance analysis. And most of the costs that kick in are of the time nature of both equipments as well as labor,
Okay.
billable, non-billable, so on.
Okay.
So the reporting is pretty key. Reporting for each project.
Okay.
And profit and loss and download that data into Excel and summarize it and so on.
Okay.
So the reporting will become an important piece here.
Yeah. Correct. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to have the PA and the GL access, I think. So for the reporting, all this, right?
Yes, you're right. They have given me super user supervisor, I think PA,
Okay,
as well as for GL, is a GL inquiry plus GL journal. Journal entries from accounting side,
okay.
that will be required. Uh, I should have taken a snapshot of the email that I received.
Yeah, that's good, Shyam, because you can take a snapshot, and even right now I am using the so WhatsApp to this my number, so you can WhatsApp.
So you have WhatsApp number now?
Yeah, the same number you are calling, right? So that same number.
So what I will do, I will go to WhatsApp and dial that number or
Yeah.
text you. You have to accept it, right?
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, you can just ping me. Then it's I can accept. Just ping me to this number. You can add this number. So you are calling, right? So that number only.
okay, yeah, the number I always called you on. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let me refresh it. Oh yeah, it is done. So meanwhile, so let me go to the so we go to the assign hierarchy. So here I need to go to PA, setup, resource and organization, HR found it. Then we can go to the structures, automation, hierarchy. AGF, control F11. Okay. I'm not getting this. Okay, so these two are interdependent. Okay, that assign arc to arc hierarchy and implementation options. These two are interdependent. Okay, so then let us go for so others which are not dependent. So I will check offline these two. Okay. So and we will get so, so we will get the once we get the operating unit, then we can go ahead. So you are there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Sure.
I was just
So
trying to get
my number.
WhatsApp going as well.
Oh, okay. Assign to org to hierarchy. So let me check it once again. So need to go for description and here AGF tab. So here I am able to see these two, right? See these two. I can't see the AGF related other information. For that,
ఫినాన్స్ కూడా ఏమంటారా? ఫినాన్స్ ఒక 10 minutes టైం పడుతుంది. పర్లేదా? ఓకే
so inventory, let us go to inventory.
ఓకే ఓకే అదే ఒక
Clear the
ఫినాన్స్
setup.
కూడా ఉంది, ఇది వేస్తాను. ఒక 15 minutes టైం పడుతుంది. ఓకే రైట్ షూర్ మన దగ్గర రెండే ఉండాలి. ఓకే
So we can go for setup, organizations and organizations. And here the AGF. Okay, AGF. Okay, so
సో
here,
అయితే నేను క్లాస్ స్టాప్ చేస్తాను. ఏమో చూద్దాం అప్పటికి.
yeah, I just got your message, Shyam. So
మరి
I'm just checking.
కాదన్నారు.
But I didn't get any notification from you, Sam. So
Sorry about that.
yeah, I didn't get any WhatsApp notification. You didn't ping me, so let me save your number. Maybe so you are using the same number for the WhatsApp. So you used to call me.
Yes.
You are calling, right? So you are using the same number, right? So
Yeah, no, I have two numbers. The one I use the phone, that is my home number.
okay,
There is
what?
a landline.
Okay, what is the WhatsApp number?
The one which I just texted you, that is my WhatsApp.
Oh, okay,
సరే
fine. Yeah.
అదే అందుకే ఇట్లాంటి జరుగుతాయని
So let me.
మీ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏమి ఉండదు చేయాలని, కానీ
Okay.
పరిస్థితులు ఇలా ఉంటాయి కదా, అప్పుడు మనం ఎవరిని బ్లేమ్ చేయలేము. అర్థం చేసి అంతే కదా. ఇప్పుడు మనం చేయలేదు కాబట్టి సరిపోయింది. అంత అయిన తర్వాత ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళే ముందు ఏంటంటే అందుకే అందుకే మేము జాగ్రత్తగా ఉన్నాం. జాగ్రత్త ఎందుకంటే క్యాండిడేట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ చెప్పేస్తారు, అన్న ఇది ఏదో చేస్తున్నారు. ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ మా
Yeah. So yeah, I am able to see you. I just put you. So okay, I just ping you, chat you.
సరేలే.
Hi, Shyam. Okay, did you get it? Shyam, I just pinged you.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, so yeah, okay, you can do that in the same way. So you can you can take a screenshot, and then you can just post here. So then we can discuss on that. Okay, fine, good. So even
I can do that.
yeah, even I will update you for any kind of communication. We can use this one.
No?
Yes. You know, from that, I can make a phone call as well from the office.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah, sure.
అదేనండి అసెంచర్ అవుతామని వైట్ చేయరా 4-5 days
I think we will quickly come on to, Miss, I will practice this over the weekend. I think we need to quickly come on to the transaction side of it, how to set up the project and then the reporting part of it.
Yeah, sure. Because what happens is, so I'm not able to get the operating unit because if you see this one, so I'm able to see business group inventory and operating unit here, but I'm not able to get the operating unit information So in projects, if you see this one, click on file and click on others. So after clicking
అది ఇప్పుడు ప్రొఫైల్ మూవ్ చేస్తే వాడికి కంపల్సరీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఉంది కదా.
okay, AGF Ledger and AGF LG. Okay, fine. Click on OK.
నేను ప్రొఫైల్ మూవ్ చేయలేదు.
So no worries, because let us move to other setups, because it is a dependent. These two are dependent setups. So let me go for the GL periods. Okay. So for that, for the GL periods, so let us go to the AGF PA, and then here the setup, then projects. Yeah, setup system and GL periods. So let me note down here. So setup system GL periods. So setup here and then system, and we have so around so 10 setups, 10 to 15 setups. So once you complete that, then we can go to directly for the transaction part. Probably by tomorrow, so we can create a project. So tomorrow let us create a project and do kind of, so let us do some kind of a transaction, so which is related to, let us create a billing project, which is a contract project. So let us do some transactions tomorrow.
So do we need to set up the rates and everything like that as well?
Yeah. So rates and everything, yeah, we will create that one. So so did we define the rates in GL earlier? So let me check. If we define, then we can use the same rates. Otherwise, so yeah, we didn't define. So we will define that, because I told you, right, we have 10 to 15 setups. So it is part of the rates as well. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
And I was wondering whether fixed assets, because there's lots of equipment
Yeah.
which have rates, and lot of labor which have rates, like it used to be.
Yeah. So we have the daily rates and the corporate type, and so we will discuss that one as well. So we will define the rates in GL. So you can go to the GL and we will define the rates. Okay. So let me put that setup as well, because so I planned that one as well for tomorrow. So rates, we can define the rates as well. Okay. So when you are using any foreign currencies, okay, so Canada to Canada is fine. So CAD to CAD. But if it is a kind of CAD to USD, USD to CAD, so then we need to use the rates. So I think we created the rates long back. So let me query that one. And we created rate type. Okay, rate type we created AGF, I think. So let me query it. AGF. So control F11. Yeah, we created Jam. So this one we created on. If you go to help and record history, so here it will show you on 4th December we created. So in our user only. And then we created the daily rates. So from 2, so from means, let me go for 1st December 7 to, sorry, from CAD to USD, and we can go for 1st December date, 1st December 172, 1st December 17, and ours is AGF 5, sorry, it should be fine one. And click on find. So we define these rates. Okay, so you told me 1.3 and the conversion, so it will be different on the same day only, 4th December.
Or okay,
Yeah,
this was a
maybe,
foreign exchange rates, right?
yeah, foreign exchange rates. Yeah, we define the rates on this.
Okay.
So whenever we
No,
discuss
but
this,
I was thinking, Mr. Prashad, I was thinking more in terms of the labor rate. You know,
oh,
the
okay. Labor rates, so labor rate we will define. So we will define in the project itself.
okay,
We will define.
and
So
same
yeah, yeah, we
you
have
will
the
help to.
yeah, sure. So so usually here for the project accounting we have three projects only, Mr. Shyam. So that is billing one project, costing one project, capital. Capital goes to assets, which deals with FA, and costing is which goes to payables, account payables. It's a kind of expense, and billing which goes to AR, revenue side. Okay, and we will discuss that one as well. So, so you are saying labor rate, right? Here one more shortcut way is Control L. If you use Control L, so let me show you. Control plus L. Use Control plus L. So here, so you are saying labor rates, right? Labor rates. Yeah. So, so labor cost, labor rates. So we have the labor multiplier, and here only we can use that one. So the rates and everything. So if you go for the labor cost multiplier or not this one. So let me go for this costing. So we will use this one. So if you go for this one, then we will use the labor rates. So daily how much like this? I will show you that how to use that the rates as well. So here you can see that, right? So non-labor, labor. We have the expenditure types. We have the expenditure types as well. We will create different expenditure types. So based on that, we can create a labor rates and non-labor rates. So here, let me go to the GL period to open the GL period here and set up. Go to the system, and here you can click on GL period. In the GL period, you need to provide the operating unit here. AGF operating unit. Okay. Everything is based on the operating unit system because
You
so
know, the other thing I found out
okay,
that our periods are set up on a weekly basis from Saturday to Friday.
okay,
So I think so that means there should be 52 periods set up in the system, I guess.
yeah,
That's how you explained
yeah, 52
13.
periods, yeah, correct, 52 periods on.
And so 52 PA periods.
Hmm.
Uh, the fiscal year starts, or year end is September 30th, 2018.
Okay,
So yeah. So the year end. So I think I will set up this when I am doing the setup as an example. Maybe I will try to do that fiscal year.
okay. So in Canada, fiscal year is September only. You are saying?
No, for this particular company I'm talking about. Generally, if the fiscal year goes as at December 31st,
Yeah, Jan to December, right?
but this company is their year end is September 30th,
Okay. So
and
then
then
we can define different calendar for that. So we define Jan to December, right? The same way you can create one more calendar. So starting with September to August like that.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to become good in reporting from the project system.
Okay. So please give me two more classes. So that means that so today I'm not getting the operating unit because I need to work on this where the issue is. So once we have the operating unit, so then we can complete all the setups here. So the service types we can create. It's not related to operating unit. So if you go to this one, the service types. So the service types is in the projects. Then service types. So we have the service types. We have the different service types here. So you can go for different services. This is kind of a option, and Oracle has provided different service types. We can use our own service type, and in the same way, roles as well. So we have the roles here, roles, the project roles. So you just make query. We have the different your project member, task member, so different roles. We can create our own. Okay. So business analyst, client manager. So these are all the different roles for the concerned person, so concerned resource. And we can go for
Right.
the roles list. Here the roles list. We can go for all the roles list. So different roles list. Okay. So the accounts manager, administration. These are all the different roles list. On the computer side, these are the different roles list. So we can create our own project, and then we can go for the roles list, and we can assign this one. So these things we can create and probability resource list. So what I can do is, so I will go through the setups, okay, where the issue is, because we need to get the operating unit. So without operating unit, we can't do any kind of a transaction, because I am able to see business group and I am able to see the project task, but this setup I'm not. So the operating unit, then if I get the operating unit, that operating unit is linked to Regrinity, and inventory are also linked with the operating unit. So we'll go through all the
Right.
setups once again. So we'll find out the issue, where the issue is. So then let us meet up tomorrow by 6 o'clock. So we'll discuss all the setup, and then by Monday, so we can go for the transaction. So let us plan for 2 days,
Yeah, that
two
sounds
classes,
very good.
two classes. One is tomorrow class and Monday. So by that we can complete the basic setup for the billing, and we can start the transaction as well.
I
Transaction.
will just add one more thing.
Okay.
That's the process I learned from here.
Okay.
So our company has set up a project in the system,
Okay.
and they're doing a project for a company called Imperial Oil.
Okay.
So maintenance of their pipe.
Okay.
So what happens is there is a regular issuance of work orders
Okay.
against the task of the
Okay.
project.
Okay.
So the project has around 20 tasks,
Okay.
and the tasks has number of work orders or
Okay.
POs,
Okay.
and then there are expenditures against those POs.
Okay. Okay.
And as a project accountant, I think I need to understand, okay, these POs are for this task and there are expenditures against them, because there will be accrual entries that will be done
Okay.
for those POs which are open.
Okay. So yeah, you are saying about the work types. So we have the work types here. So if you go for work types, so this is the work type. So we have the different kind of work types. So commercial funding, so internal project, okay, and you can go for the external project. So different kind of the work types. We can use those work types. So then we can do the transactions. So internal project and external projects, external resources and internal resources. Right? Is it the same thing that we are discussing?
No, I don't know. Actually, I was wondering, I was thinking more in terms of POs that
Okay.
needs to be in the
Oh,
system,
okay. So,
or work orders or POs. I don't know whether they are the same or different,
okay.
because when the project is set up in the system,
Okay.
And when the costs are coming in, when the invoices are coming in, the invoices needs to be matched to the PO,
Okay.
the purchase order or work order,
Okay.
and that PO is mapped against the task
Okay.
of the project.
Okay.
So the project will have number of tasks, and then there will be POs or procurement orders or purchase orders against those tasks that needs to be set up.
Okay. So
So
we
there
will
is that transaction of the AP piece that kicks in, right?
correct. So it is expenditure. It relates to expenditure. So we need to
Yes.
create the expenditure, and the expenditure we will get it from the AP only. So the AP, so the cycle is like this. Okay. So we will get the data from AP. So like either by invoice number and or PO number. Okay. So here what we can do is we will raise the PO in purchasing, and based on the PO in purchasing, and we will create invoice AP, and that invoice data will be moved to the PA, and there based on those that data we will create expenditures. Got it right? So then
Yeah.
we
Oh,
can have
yes.
the invoice number and PO in the expenditures. We will create the
Right.
expenditure and we will approve the expenditure, and then we will process that.
Right.
Yeah.
And there can be different sources of expenditure, right?
Yeah.
One source is from AP and the other source is from payroll.
Yeah. Payroll is that's the time and labor. So if
Okay.
you go to
Yeah,
this
time
one,
and labor.
yeah, if you go to pre-approved batches, so you have the time cards. Okay, so a time cards is one class, an expense report is one class. This is the expense report from you can get from the AP, usages and inventory, work in progress, and these are all the different kind of classes for the expenditure batches. Okay. So the time cards, so these are related from the HR. So that means that it's a kind of a resource based.
Right. As a user,
Okay.
I'm feeling I need to become very good in reporting part of it.
Yeah.
How to pull out the data, how to pull out the reports, different reports that are there in the system.
Okay.
I don't think I will be creating new reports. It's a matter of printing and downloading the data into Excel and so on.
Okay. So it's yeah, I will give you the list of reports, Mr. Sham. So what we can do is
Okay.
running the report is very simple only. So you need to go to view and request and here. And if you are saying that they are using Discover, right? Okay. So the Discover.
Yes.
So meanwhile, I will do that. I will download the Discover. Okay. So then we will work on that one as well. So Discover reports. Okay. So I will show you how to run the reports in the Discover.
Right.
Yeah, because I think you don't need to create the reports, and so the somebody
No.
will create the reports. Maybe the Oracle support team or others. Okay, so just what you need to
Yes.
do is you need to go to that and you need to run that. So what we can do is here I will go through the setups for the building project, and then we'll go for the transaction for the building project, and we'll process the billing revenue to AR, and let us run some reports for that in PA. And meanwhile, I will download, maybe on Sunday I will download the Discover, and we will check that one. So then we will complete the entire cycle. So then we can use the same thing for for, capital projects, and then costing projects. Okay. So maybe by we need two to three classes to have an understanding with the setups and the transaction and the reports. So then after that we will go through in a smooth way. So in the same way you can request your company for the development instance. So dev instance they can give you. So it's a kind of a demo instance or dev instance. So or test instance. So you can raise a request for that, and you can track these, and you can do any kind of stuff in the test instance, because rather than doing that in the production instance, So please don't do anything in the production instance, because until unless you are very familiar with that, then only please use the production instance. And running the reports is not a problem. Okay, but so please don't go for the setups or any kind of a. So you know, right? You know already, you know that. But we need
Yes.
to be careful with the production instance. And whatever you want to do in the production, so please do it in the test instance, and then you can replicate the same in the production instance.
Yeah, I don't think I will even have access to do anything much in
Yeah,
production
yeah. Maybe you got.
except for my
I
roles.
think yeah. You don't get a supervisor. I think you don't have super user. I think you have the supervisor, and maybe you have your own. Maybe you got you may get the reporting level only. I think so. Okay, as you are the manager side, managerial side, so you will get the reporting only. But whatever, even though it is a reporting, please do it in the test instance, and then replicate the same in the production instance.
Okay. 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 No, that sounds
Okay,
like a good.
yeah. Okay, Shyam. So actually, today I will work on this. Maybe I need to find where the issue is. So I'm not able to get the operating unit for this project accounting. Okay, so I will try to resolve this one today, and tomorrow we can meet up by 6 o'clock, and okay, so we can do that.
No, absolutely. Do you have access to any small, certainly you do, but is there a test company that is already working, which has projects already and everything, and then show me on the reporting side of it?
Actually, that instance we can't get it in my personal laptop, Mr. Shyam. So actually, this is
Right.
yeah, the more secure. I will get whenever I am connected in the office only. Okay, so and even I can't. I can't share you, because the thing is the shared and everything is disabled in the office laptop. So what I can do is I can
Right.
create some data and I will show you that. So even
Okay.
we have the vision operations here. So we have much more data in the vision operations, which is developed by Oracle. So there we can run n number of reports, and I will show you that. And did
Right.
you get any kind of specific reports? So which reports you need to deal with like that?
I will get that slowly. I will probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
get that.
yeah. So please get the report that you want to deal with, and then we can practice those reports through in the demo instance, and then we can do the same thing in your test instance, and after that we can go for the production instance.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, thanks, Shyam.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.